Never say that again.
We're back.
Oh yeah, Alex, did you...
This is Miles Edgeworth, Agent on the Investigations. Prosecutor's Path.
And this is me being too late to the punch.
That were the case.
Alright, also, I'm Rob, we have Alex, and there's a Lawrence.
Hello, if you're still not back yet.
Feeling now? Jesus. Okay.
You're just going up.
I would only make things worse for you, Mr. Edgeworth.
You've been making things worse for me the entire time. You keep saying, I'm guilty, I'm guilty. Have you ever thought about not saying you're not guilty once? Jesus Christ,
Dave
young lady.
Faraday must have been a despicable criminal. Someone who betrayed your trust.
Don't worry. We've only known each other for a short while, but I know you very well. I'd even say that I know you better than yourself now that you've lost your memories. You cannot possibly be the culprit, because your true identity is...
We're gonna have the prosecutor's badge, but...
the great thief Yatagarasu. The Yatagarasu was a noble thief who would never stoop to murder.
No, it's useless. After all,
Useless!
no matter what, that memory still remains. This image that's stuck in my head, I just can't get rid of it.
Tried
That means
expanding.
I must have...
There's no clear evidence to prove that you're the culprit, aside your own confession. Remember what I said? You must believe in yourself. Or perhaps you cannot trust my words?
No, that's not it. It's because you are trying to save someone like me. You've already lost so much, all for my sake. I can't bear it anymore. Please, please just give up.
No, I see now. I thought it was strange. The reason you were acting like you wanted to be found guilty was because you were concerned about me, Edgeworth. Have you only just now fucking realised this? Wasn't it fucking obvious?
Well, he initially figured that it was because she genuinely thought that she might have been a criminal and wanted to put the kibosh on it.
Eh. Anyways. Oh, is there another line?
Yeah, that is just like UK.
Oh,
You didn't read that bit.
that is just like you. K.
What happened?
It's because you're a good
So
person,
fucking-
Mr. Edgeworth.
Unfortunately, I may fall short of your expectations. I'm not trying to be a good person. No matter how much you may want me to give up, I'll keep trying to save you because I don't know what quitting is. Much like my smoking habits, like I don't have.
Also, a good person would not give up in this situation anyway, so...
That is the nature of who I am. Whether or not it is a burden for you is none of my concern. Hey, believe in yourself once more. You are a noble, great thief. What you should be doubting is your memory of committing the murder. That is my wish above all else. Please.
I...
I'm not screaming that.
Hey, shut up! Use your indoor voice.
What is it? Did you remember something? If she remembers something now, it'd be like a bad movie.
You're a bad movie.
Bull.
Shit.
But shit.
Crap. Bull?
Prosecutor Edgeworth, please ask her to clarify.
Well, hey, what do you mean by bull?
I remember now. The person in the red raincoat has that with her. The stuffed bull doll. I'm certain of it.
Hey, what the f...
Is that true, defendant?
Yes, Your Honor.
Courtney, did you interrupt me?
The court hereby accepts the defendant's statement as a new piece of testimony. Objection! Quit messing around, Courtney. A testimony like that can't be accepted, you know. Your objection has been noted, sir. However, testimony about the victim's belongings...
Has been lacking up until now.
Objection! Nevertheless, her vague memories cannot be trusted, But you're relying on them. Her memories are vague. That would be bad for us as well. Didn't you say this earlier yourself, Mr. Chairman? Since we have the suspect's confession, we don't need to worry about the trivial details. If we decide to doubt her memories,
Just might as well go fucking.
then we must also doubt her confession, which is the main foundation of our case. Are you willing to do that, sir? You're right. Well, never mind then. I'll leave it to you. Thank you very much.
Did it? It was touch and go there for a while, though. Those words are just corny just now. It almost feels as if she's on our side. Bullshit.
Prosecutor Edward, do you know anything about the stuffed animal?
The stuffed animal caseworker must have been this. We found it in the storeroom. It is believed to be one of the items for the auction.
Oops. This is...
Hmm? Do you know something about it, Justine?
Oh my god, this is actually super upscaled, holy fuck. No, it's just a bit different from what I imagined.
Indeed, it's certainly not what I would have expected the victim to be carrying. Let's examine these expressions. Blah, 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 blah.
Do you see how upscaled this is, by the way? Like, holy shit.
Turn to the left.
The program I'm using is amazing. Anyway, it's this
There's a
that I
whole-
want.
The right horn seems to be fine, but the entire balance feels a bit off.
This horn. It looks like you can move it.
What?
What was that buzzing sound?
It seems this toy is equipped with a recording device. Does I think that's supposed to be
Jill?
Yeah.
Alright, guess I'll take this one. I knew who you were right away.
A voice changer.
Alright,
He's
yeah.
a voice changer.
I knew who you were right away. You can't hide that burn from me.
Okay, Mr. Walter. Fucking Walter.
Silence, huh? I've been waiting for my chance to get revenge all this time.
Ah. I got a job for you, 621.
I've got a job for you, 61.
Is this the moment of the murder?
Imagine that, like, everyone is, like, just turning the thing, and suddenly he hears Handler Walter over the other end of the bull, and he's just like, I got a job for you, Edgeworth. He's like, wait, what the fuck?
Is
For the record-
this Jenny to kill him?
For the record, never played this game before. I didn't actually think a recording device would happen. That was a joke.
Who could have recorded something like this?
Stuffed animal data updated in my organizer.
I knew my outhouse would betray me.
Imagine.
What do you imagine? The outhouse is sentient.
This is... There ain't no doubt about it. This here was what I heard. Overruled.
We cannot verify when these voices were recorded. It's also possible that they aren't related to the case at all. If only we had some video as well.
That's hogwash. I'm telling you, that right
No,
there
it's-
was the conversation that I heard.
No, Lotta, that's a bull.
The victim was holding on to it, right? I reckon it must have been recorded when she got attacked.
That certainly is a possibility. However, your testimony alone is insufficient.
What? We have the evidence.
I require something with a little more credibility. Okay, so you have testimony supporting and validating the evidence, but you're not taking... Oh, for fuck's sake. Fine.
Bro, but testimony can
It is admissible, but the problem is that a lot of problems that legal games and media run into is that they don't they dismiss testimony as hearsay at random points, even though it would otherwise be admissible. The problem is that it's yeah. The point is, Courtney wants to verify the time of when it happened, and Lotta is very, very certain that that's what she heard at the time. So she can verify the time. And they're saying, nope, fuck you.
It almost sounds as she's trying to give me advice. Fucking hate it. Judge Courtney, there's no mistake that those voices were from the incident.
Thank you, Edgeworth.
Please record the audio that was recorded by the stuffed animal. I knew who you were right away. You cannot hide that burn from me. Mr. Burns was the criminal all this time. If we compare this part of the recording with a certain piece of evidence, we can prove it. This evidence shows that the recording took place during the moment of the crime.
That's the autopsy report. She has a burn on her hand.
She has a burn.
The autopsy report? And exactly what part of that autopsy report shows that?
Oh, do you want me to put you to the word? What do she mean? Like, this is
I
like
can't believe.
It's in paragraphs.
Burn.
Burn.
Blaze knows this word very well. I remember clearly what that voice said.
Also, from this point onward, this case is exactly hanging on by a thread.
You can't hide that burn from me. On the victim's hand, there was a burn mark.
Indeed, it just so happened to match up, you see. But what of it?
According to Kay's testimony, the victim had been holding the stuffed animal. And it just happened to record a characteristic of the victim, namely, the burn. They were roasted harder than that one guy in that video. I forgot what his name was, I can't
You're gonna
say.
have to be a little bit more specific.
I don't know what it is, it's the guy from the Spit That Hot Fire thing.
Super hot fire.
Super
Oh,
hot
that was
fire.
it. I don't know that well, I don't know.
You tried.
That's just a coincidence. I mean, it could happen, right?
Ah, no,
Overruled.
coincidences.
I do not think so. It is hard to believe that all of this is simply a coincidence. The voices on the stuffed animal were most likely recorded during the incident.
One of these voices must belong to the true culprit. From what we've heard, it must have been the one who was doing most of the talking.
But what's the point? In the end, we still can't tell their gender or identity, you know?
It's 2024, there's so many possibilities.
That hits weird.
Just can't tell.
Indeed, because they have been using voice changes, it can't be helped.
It seems the situation has become quite clear. The conversation Miss Hart overheard was between the culprit and Miss Crane. That's what I've been telling you from the start, you dingus.
And from this, we will understand a new fact.
Please enlighten us then. I trust you have no objections, Mr. Chairman. Do what you want.
I'm taking a nap. I'm also going to my house to shit. According to Miss Hart's testimony, just before the incident, two people came up from the auction hall using the lift. They must have been the conductor and one of the auction guests. They probably went there to settle the payment after winning a bid. And then it was there that the crime was carried out. Since the auction continued after the crime took place, we are led to a single truth. This is the new fact we've already arrived at, but...
The culprit is the conductor, which was obvious.
No shit. Since the conductor was the only one who could keep the auction going, we can conclude that the deceased victim could not have been the conductor. It was not the fat controller.
It was not indeed the fat controller.
I'm disappointed.
Wow.
Justine!
I'm sorry, but it was the thin controller instead. And yes, that's a character.
That is a character. There's also, I think, this small controller.
It is a small controller as well, yeah.
Jesus Christ. Please be quiet here, okay?
If the conductor was not the fat controller, they must have been the thin controller.
Overruled! Please wait. That alone is insufficient.
Of course, even I do not intend to rely upon the process of elimination. Sorry. Certain traces left at the crime scene led me to believe that the culprit is the conductor.
Well then, please show it to us.
What were the traces left at the thing that led me to juice the blah 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 blah.
Would it be the...
Probably the problem.
This?
Wow.
Was it left behind to hide the storeroom's existence?
Yeah, probably that. The culprit purposely left a large amount of blood in the meeting room. In doing so, we were led to believe the meeting room had been at the site of crime. It was a ruse by the true culprit to hide the blood that had fallen from the storeroom.
Bit of a stutter there.
You don't you stutter me.
No, I was just pointing it out, don't worry.
Grrr. Fair enough.
So we wouldn't find out about the existence of the black market auction, correct?
Indeed. I don't know why, I just wanted to go a wise choice like Heimerdinger says.
Indeed, a wise choice.
I can't believe I just now Heimerdinger. I can't voice act Heimerdinger, so I'm not doing that. I can't
Okay.
make that joke right now.
Fair enough.
I would if I could.
If the culprit had been unrelated to the auction, there would have been no need to do such a thing.
Indeed.
God.
Sorry. You may redo the line if you wish.
No, that's canon now. Ergo, hitherto, your mother's a fucking jackass. The culprit could only have been the conductor.
Wait a minute. Wait a second.
One of those is not a lead on to the next part of the statement. Can you tell which?
I mean, I'm sorry, like, I wanted to go longer, but I didn't have one ready. I wasn't expecting it to be here.
Therefore?
Now, it's Ergo, hitherto, therefore, your mother's a jackass.
Well then, do you have any idea as to who the conductor might possibly be?
The auction hall is at the PIC meeting room, and furthermore, there is a storeroom above it. The conductor must have been, at the very least, a member of the PIC.
So, in other words, you suspect me, I take it.
Well, ain't that just fucking dandy? Isn't it natural to suspect you, the one with the most authority on the PIC?
Objection! You are quite capable. I'll give you that much at least. But you know, like I said before, you're far too naive.
Burn in the evidence, burn in the evidence.
You have nothing, you know. There's no evidence that proves I am the culprit, you see. If by some chance you do have evidence, then why don't you present it?
Do I have evidence that Blaze is the culprit?
You
No.
don't.
We do not have shit. Blaze himself has suggested that he is the criminal. He's been showing that strange self-confidence for a while now. He knows that there is not a single piece of evidence left to incriminate him.
If you play with fire, you're gonna get burned, Edgeworth. Just kidding. I always wanted to say that, you know?
I mean, you've been burned here several times now.
Well then, Courtney.
I reckon I just remembered something too.
What? You also lost your memories?
Yes.
Oh, that ain't it. I don't suffer from... What the fuck's wrong with you? Something just popped into my head right now.
Very well, please tell us. Objection! Courtney, could you tell me what you're doing? Prosecutor Edgeworth will not give up until we have destroyed every last possibility. I'm destroying every possibility so that he will never oppose us again.
Justine! I don't really know what's going on, but well said! Papa, I'm gonna help too! After all, he's the one who's wrong.
Fine then. Let's see what she has to say. Well then, Miss Hart, please proceed.
Sure thing. Just leave it to me.
Please make sure you only tell the truth. And nothing but the truth.
Ain't that a matter of course? I'm a bona fide journalist of justice, you know.
Somehow I feel uneasy.
Y'all saying the culprit was the conductor, right? That means the victim was a customer. Now, here's where it gets a mite strange, you see. There were 11 people at the auction. When the auction continued after the incident, I went straight over and snuck a peek down below.
You don't mean.
That's exactly what I mean. All 11 people were still there, present and accounted for.
What?
Are you sure about that?
Sure, I'm sure. I saw it with my own 2 eyes.
So it started with 1, 2, 3, 4, 11 people, and there were still carried the 2. 11 people after the murder. Was it a ghost?
You know, Sebastian, normally a prosecutor would call that a contradiction, you know?
But Papa!
There are no contradictions. There are no accidents. Were there really no changes in the auction at all?
Really, I'm telling you, the auction just went on like normal. Ah, but there was one itty bitty thing though.
What was it?
You know those hammers you always see at the auction? Like the one that lady is using over there?
An auction gavel, perhaps?
Yep, that's the one.
That's the judge's gavel.
All of a sudden, I couldn't hear the sound no more. It's been banging away just prior to it.
The sound of the gavel, does that have anything to do with the case? Probably.
If Miss Hart's testimony is the truth, then this matter has taken a grave turn. If the victim is neither the conductor nor a customer, the very foundation of Prosecutor Edgeworth's reasoning would collapse.
Justice prevails, as they say. I've hoped you learned your lesson, Mr. Edgeworth.
Mr. Edgeworth, there really is nothing we can do.
It's not over yet. Some mysteries still remain. I have to think. If I don't, then Kay will be...
Did you get the answer you wanted this time? Well then, a deal's a deal.
Hold it.
What the fuck is it now?
Please wait,
Please-
Mr. Chairman. I believe it is still too early to make a judgment. There are still a few mysteries left in this case. Until we have solved them all, we cannot call this a complete victory. Isn't that right, Prosecutor Edgeworth? I was expecting you to shout. Hold it! Like you always do.
Yes, of course. Once again, Judge Courtney has come to my aid.
Well then, what is it? What sort of mysteries are left?
Well, of course, there's the contradiction in the autopsy report.
That kind of thing.
Did you trip on the skateboard?
Brought her in and done some sweet tricks as well.
I told you not to trip on the skateboard.
He didn't trip on it, he grinded on it.
I didn't mean trip as in trip over it. I meant trip as in you trip balls on trying to do skateboarding.
Speaking of
I
tripping,
performed
how
a
about
reverse ollie, sir.
What did that say, sorry?
I performed a reverse ollie, sir. It's a skateboard trick.
Gosh damn it.
Anyway, speaking of tripping, why don't you trip over this line, Lawrence?
So trip over the line. Sure you want me to do that?
No.
Yeah, you want me to do that? Yeah.
Do the line.
I don't even remember the fucking voice I gave. 1 second. Give me a second.
As Lawrence tries to access the recesses of his memory.
Rob is interrupting me, how dare he?
What? I can't sit here in silence. We're recording.
You can sit there and behave. Sorry. What's wrong? Why are we suddenly called here?
That's about what I remember.
That's pretty
Did
good.
someone suddenly get sick? I'll begin preparing a compress. Stop! Ow! Why'd you call me here for? Did something happen?
Dr. Young, Miss Jensen. You have my gratitude for taking the trouble to come here. This won't take long, so please relax.
Tell me what in blazes is going on?
I see you're relaxed.
No!
Of course, we called you here because something came up.
Judge Courtney, just what are you planning?
Bonnie Young, under the divine rule of law, please answer truthfully. There were no mistakes in your autopsy report, correct?
Granny would never make a mistake.
That's certainly strange.
What's strange?
This court has found an error in Dr. Young's autopsy report. Dr. Young, please tell the truth. Did you falsify the autopsy report?
Terrible. How can you accuse her of that? I have no idea what you are talking about. Why would I do such a thing in the first place?
To protect the true culprit, of course.
What you talking about? Well, I would never do such a thing.
How strange. In that case, why would there be an error in the autopsy report, I wonder? Prosecutor Edgeworth? What do you think? Oh, I expect you to press into her statement like you normally do.
I expect you to stop trying to tell me what to do like you normally do. Well, you don't normally do, but still.
Now we're playing Judge Courtney, prosecutor's path.
Judge's
Son
path.
of a bitch.
Judge's
Son of a
path.
bitch. Why is she taking control of the situation, trying to help me?
Unfortunately, they couldn't put the true title of the Judge Courtney game. The Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale.
We'll get there later. I don't know what her goal is, but I must play along.
I like how they haven't said Goddess of Law ever since we made the determination.
Well, she'll say it eventually. We should have done that in the entire thing if only we knew about that meme beforehand, but there
I
wasn't.
think the meme came out after we started this.
I mean, it came out
Pretty
because
recent. It's
it
pretty
came out
recent.
in 5.0 of 4.0 of Genshin, and that was in 2023. We started this game, I think, in 2022.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
Been a minute.
It's been a while. If the autopsy report you gave to Sebastian had been authentic, then the error should have not have been there.
Wait a minute. I didn't do nothing.
No
You
one's
did drugs the best,
accusing
we
you
know
of
it.
anything.
You did
But I
drugs the
didn't
best.
do it, and that's what matters.
It's very important that you know this. That is what we'll figure out from this point on, if the best is innocent.
Put it on the record.
Put it on the record, I did not have sex with that woman.
Jesus Christ, no.
That's implying Sebastian is more game than we know of him.
I mean, he is called Sebastian the Best.
All I'm
Firstly,
saying,
Dr. Young.
Blaze's benefits got him into being a prosecutor, despite his lack of intelligence. You don't think he could get him some game?
It's true. I'd love to hear your testimony. Why do you want to hear her testimony? It would be pointless.
What?
I will be the one who decides whether it's pointless or not. Not you.
Yeah,
I'm the one who knocks.
But here's the
Not.
thing.
Not.
By suggesting that she's protecting Chairman DeBest, she has the right to not testify.
There are patients waiting for us.
Because to do so would be...
Granny, ow! Anyways, we don't have time for this.
To do so would be self-incriminating. And also, the Hippocratic Oath would suggest that she would plead the Fifth and then leave.
There you go. Is there any way I could convince you this is of the utmost importance? Mr. Mars Edward, Granny says she'll testify. So
Oh.
please try to finish this quickly. If we
Oh,
don't
okay.
return soon, there'll be people in terrible suffering.
You are not
You
the
know-
only doctors there.
Yeah, but you know the other doctor who's there, right, is Director Harty of the Harty Clinic. I know it's Dai Young, so it's different.
Yeah,
We're
if this is the
suffering
Die...
right now.
This is the Die Young Hospital.
I don't know, maybe Director Harty is on a transfer.
I mean, to be fair, doesn't he go to a different place and take on a new name?
Director, what was it? Director something else. Yeah,
Hickfield.
Hickfield, yeah, you have not seen Director Harty. Alex is fucking him. He's a fucking meme.
Oh, God.
And yet you were lollygagging him on the viewing platform earlier. I promise you this won't take long. If only she tells you the truth, of course.
Alright. Error in the autopsy report.
There are no mistakes in Granny's autopsy reports. I've been working with my corpses longer than you've been alive. There's no way I'd make a mistake in writing on the autopsy report. No. I have nothing to get you from falsifying your autopsy report. Here's what she says. See, there's nothing strange at all.
I think that fifth statement has a contradiction. Yes,
Derek?
yes, that's right. You know, there's no way she would falsify it, you see. Don't call me fucking Derek.
You're Derek. You're Derek. You're Derek. Oh, there
Under
it
the
is.
name of the of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale, do you swear that this testimony is the truth? Gotta do it at least once.
Of course, Granny would never tell a lie. We were asking Dr. Young. We do not need to hear from a third party. I'm not a third party. I'm on Granny's side.
That makes you a third party.
If you raise objection to my testimony, you better be prepared yourself, you ex-prosecutor. I'll definitely expose the contradiction in the autopsy report. I will do it. And I'll do it next time on Dragon Ball Z. Because I don't know how long it's been, but I think it's been like half an hour. I don't remember how long the episodes are.
They are half an hour long.
Which has been
That's
half an
fine.
hour, I think.
In which case, we'll resume next time. On Mars Edward. Incident Investigations. Prosecutor's Path.
But, alright, keep going back and forth, or just keep hitting the
See
poor
you
lady.
around. Jesus. Alright, I'll do it for you.
We'll do it at the beginning of next episode. We'll do it as we're doing the
Plonk.
intro. We'll do it as we're doing next intro. Just do it.
I mean, it's still on the recording.
Oh, okay.
Hold on.
You're
There
doing
you
it
go.
too quick.
There you go.
Bonk. Alright, that's enough. We've milked it too far. I said it's enough.
I've gotta hit her
If we-
again.
If we go any further, we'll be stricken down for abuse.
Alright, we'll see you guys around. Bye-bye.